Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and the tracing wheel is an important thing that we need when we are doing garment construction. It's used to transfer those marks from the paper onto the fabric. But when we think about what it's used for, transferring the marks onto the fabric, there are other things that we can use the tracing wheel for, not just garment construction. So let's cover the tracing wheel, different styles of tracing wheels, and cover some of the things that we can do with the tracing wheel. A tracing wheel is a sewing notion that has a little rotary end on it. You can get different styles, makes, and models, and there are two different types of blades. One that has that smooth edge, and they don't cut you. It's not a rotary cutter. It's a marking tool. So it is a little bit flatter on that end, and that wheel does rotate. And you can get one that is serrated. So it sort of looks like pinking shears. Also, it's not going to cut us, it just rotates. Now both of these are from Hemline. And you're going to find them in packages that would look like this hanging up. These two just have that one blade. But you can get them that has an interchangeable blade, like this one. This top flips open, you unlock it, and then you're able to rotate from a straight blade to that serrated blade. And then we can lock it back into place. They're usually designed so that you have somewhere to put your finger, just for ease. Now to use these, we do need tracing paper. You can get small sheets, huge sheets, multicolor packages. The idea is we're going to be able to put that tracing paper down, and we're going to put the colored side towards our fabric. So if we have yellow fabric, we're going to want to use a red or a blue and so on. Then the blades just run right over top. And it transfers those marks. The smooth edge does not make any holes in your paper. The serrated one does, but it's going to leave dots instead of one line. And you can see where I will have the holes in there, but I just have little dots along this edge. Now when we mark the fabric, we do mark the back of the fabric. Now here's an example of a shirt pattern, and it has a dart down that center. So what I would do is I would cut out that fabric and then put that tracing paper in. I want to mark the back side. So what I will do is I will take two sides, or fold that paper in half, and put it in between those layers, right along those marking lines, and go right over top. We have the markings on both sides. Using this tracing paper and the wheels on a new pattern can save us from having to cut the pattern. We do need to cut out that general shape, but instead of cutting that paper piece, we can draw our lines. So now we can cut using those lines and save that pattern piece. So for garment construction, they really are quite handy. But we can use them for crafts and hobbies. So instead of cutting, I am marking with this little wheel. And then afterwards, I'm going to be able to cut out that shape. So there are times where that tracing paper can come in handy. It really gives us the opportunity to sort of pre-cut before we actually cut, so we can see what it looks like. It is a form of chalk, so most times it will just brush off or wipe off, and most times it really does wash out. And there's lots of different styles, looks, makes, and models that we can get. So regardless if you use a serrated one, the straight edge one, or one that can change and do multiple things, it is important that we do use tracing paper. And with anything that we are marking our fabric, be sure to test that this washes out first. It's a general rule, we do want to mark the backs of the fabric so we don't have that worry, but it is always nice to test it. I'll put some links in the description so you can check them out. And as always, thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and I do have a newsletter. It's all free under Sew Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a Sewtacular day. Bye for now.